So happy to see you all. We're preparing for the 5th evening of the Pranic retreat. And we have a special guest tonight. Our special guest tonight is Victor Truviano. So we're waiting for everybody to join. And namaste, and thank you, Victor, for being here.
Thank you.
Really honored to be in your presence for this Christmas, and it's a beautiful day to meet.
Thank you for inviting me, Cristiana. You cannot see me well, or yes?
Not yet, yes, but we're looking forward. Yes, so
thank you for inviting me, Cristiana.
That's very beautiful to have you here.
Mm-hmm.
So for the ones who are on Facebook and Instagram, tonight we're in the 5th evening of the Pranic process online, the Christmas retreat. We're having a special guest, Victor Truviano, and we're preparing to receive his presence during this retreat. You can watch this on my YouTube, Cristiana Eltrayan, if you're not there yet. And thank you, Victor, for being here. We're still waiting for some people to join.
Yes.
And in the meantime, maybe we can also see each other.
Yes.
If everything works out.
You are a professional in that now.
We're doing our best. Since we're in seclusion, we are doing this online, and we have to be good at it. How are you being? Is it in Bali that you are now, or still in Slovenia?
No, not yet.
Okay.
In this moment, I'm in Munich.
Ah, okay.
I was in Lithuania days ago, and I arrived here just in the moment when they were closing borders, and I arrived here, and yeah, in this area I can be a little more free for travel around still. So yes, I'm glad for that, because nothing is in our hands. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Or absolutely something is not in our hands.
That's a good way to put it. Yes, we have to get used to letting go of control, and that's a good training, I believe.
Exactly.
At least for me. I am being trained in letting go of control.
It's the best moment for come deep in all these areas. Yes.
We're learning to basically go with the flow totally. Like if something doesn't work, we reframe to something else. We get used to the newest conditions, and we make the best of it.
True. Yeah.
And I'm having this wonderful tea that from the Pranic festival. It's the last drop of it.
Okay, well.
And I found the website where I can order it. So I order 4 bags, but they're not shipping any to Romania at the moment. So I have to.
For now, yes.
For now, yes. But I'm waiting until.
Maybe I can send you something.
I would love to. I will. It's been very good for me, and it's been really, really healing and nourishing. I can have 1 cup, and I have energy for lots of hours.
Okay, I will send you after we will speak about it.
That's so beautiful of you. Thank you so much. So Victor, for those of you who probably most of you know Victor Truviano, but for those of you who don't know who he's a longtime collaborator. He's a very advanced practitioner of yoga and yogi, and he's presenting and emanating the Babaji state. He has had many silent retreats with the Babaji state all over the world, and he has participated to most of our festivals, in Pranic festivals in Romania. Also, we've organized retreats with Victor in Romania, Babaji state retreats, because as you know, I'm a very devoted, or my heart is very open to Babaji, and since we've talked about Babaji yesterday, his presence continues today with the presence of Victor here. You can visit for his website and Instagram victor.truviano and see where his next programs or retreats are. And we were just talking recently about a retreat in Bali that he's going to have, and that he's going to tell us more about this tonight. But in the meantime, people are still gathering, and we're really happy to just have you here. The 2 evenings ago, we had Elitom, Elamin, and we keep inviting Pranic friends, because our retreats are not about me. They are about the Pranic state, even though I organize them and hold frequency of this. And I'm really honored for my colleagues to share whatever they are doing beautiful in the world now. So thank you for being here, Victor, and thanks everyone for joining. Those of you who still join on Instagram and Facebook, go on my YouTube, Cristiana Eltrayan, and there's a live there where you can actually hear what we share tonight for the Pranic retreat. So Victor, feel free to add whatever you feel to add for this gathering.
Yes, for this meeting this night is a good possibility and it's a like essential phenomenon that we can find in our inner, you know. And this type of aspect we can find overall in our silence, in what we are waiting for right now together. It's a moment like where we can feel that really we can disappear. We are not more Cristiana, we are not more Victor. All these factors of efficiency disappear. You know, we are not more mechanical. We are more close to, in this case, in our silence, to our awareness. And this is our real being, you know. So that doesn't matter what we are making, what we were doing, we become aware. And everyone become aware. So in the moment that we can see, perceive, feeling again and again and again, that it's like all other things have not more importance. So for this reason, you know, Cristiana, I can make many activities, many things. Really for me it's not important that in this moment what I can do. But in the moment where I cannot do something, in the moment where I cannot speak about something, in the moment where I don't need to explain nothing, or I don't need to understand something, is the moment real where appear my being.
We can be. It's the moment where we can.
Yes. So for this reason, when you ask me um, for this silence together in these days, instantly my being suffering a strong and deep impact. I want to come there, and I'm here. And yes, thank you for this opportunity, Cristiana.
We are honored to have you here. And we have had lots of meditations during the past 5 days together. Actually, since the solstice, we kept meditating every evening together, and it's a beautiful feeling to have that. So I know you prefer to meditate in silence. So tonight we can begin with that, maybe, and then we'll continue with whatever it is that we're gonna share for this evening.
I
Or
can
if you,
adapt, you know. No. Continue with your dynamic,
ah,
and I'm very well. No, don't worry.
okay. Well, let's see then, because for me, I have nothing scheduled. Every evening just flows. I don't have a certain agenda or um, anything in particular. So I will love then to hear from the other participants. How are you feeling? And how has been your flow until now? How has been your, we have recommended the other day for the participants to have a body clearing with the each organ holding certain emotions, and we did some clearing on each organ with the 6 healing sounds. And we did some clearing through our lives, cutting the cords and the attachments and letting go, or setting the attention of letting go of what doesn't serve us anymore, because we're moving into a new year and we're moving into newness. With every breath we're moving into newness, into a new state. So letting go and dropping away all that doesn't serve us is the first step to this newness. So basically what we've recommended um, for this day as practice was to maybe clear up our organs and our body, but also clear up our homes. For me, what I did today after the morning meditation, I cleared up my closets. Like literally, I dropped everything, taken out everything,
Oh,
rearranged, and given away everything that didn't serve me, at least in terms of clothing. So I was in a monastery today and gave my clothing away to some children. The things that I wasn't using, I checked
yeah.
with my soul, what is it that I don't need or resonate with, or what is it that I don't feel love for anymore in my closet, and I just gave that away to to children of families that have difficulties. And I've recommended for everyone to try that. So how many of you here have maybe tried this in your body or in your homes, or felt some feeling of newness today? So feel free to just unmute yourselves when you want to speak.
Yes, I think that every how you were making today, no? Every how to call that in English?
You can say in Spanish.
All your or all our grace and beauty is reflected in our acts, you know. But all our acts is always going for touch a little more the love. You know, we can risk many things for the love, but we cannot risk our love for many things. So everything what we are doing is for approach to this space of love. But this space we cannot put in risk, in dangerous for absolutely nothing. So I think that overall in these days is nice idea. Start to think a little about that, from where we are making that, where we want to arrive with this action, until where we want to project this action for risk, for take something that really we want for us. And overall, start to think about that now, for say by to this year and start the new year differently, you know, put our love in less risk.
Yes, and yes, looking at the human love, but also the cosmic love, the divine love that really is expanding us to such degree where you were saying there's no Victor, there's no Cristiana, there's no Yana, there's no Octavia, there's no individuality and nothing that is between us, because all is us. We're all united.
Yes, exactly. For this reason also, we must to love us much more between all us around. Doesn't matter who with who. People that know you, people that don't know you, people that love you, people that doesn't love you or doesn't love you more now, doesn't matter. Sometimes, Christiana, I tell you that because today I was speaking about that, and yesterday also. Somebody asked me if I am not missing some specific people that I knew in the past. And I say, I miss to everyone. Doesn't matter if people can or give to us a lot of love still, or if people can hurt to us. I miss everyone. I really love everyone. I want to be friend of everyone. You know, there is nothing else in this life what we can take with us when we are traveling after this body. So
Abroad.
yes, because with the beings, with who we are meeting in this contemporary time that we are alive, we will continue meeting in different aspects with them in different, and we were meeting before. So when I see nearly everyone, I can perceive immediately, oh, and doesn't matter the situation, and doesn't matter the circumstance where the life is putting me with determinate person. Anyway, I am thinking, oh, I am meeting with you again. I cannot believe that. Make with me what you want. So, yes, New Year stronger for all one again. Take air.
Yes, take a breath and dive in. If that's what you wanted to say, I believe. Yes, and it's really important that we see things in this way, to look at our soul journey as being infinite. You know, I always say to people that we have eons of time and eons of collaboration, and we've played so many roles for each other, and in so many ways we have shared with each other along these eons of encounters that we've had. And there's no point in holding resentment or being upset at each other in this lifetime, actually, because it's just a very, very short and temporary role that we're playing. And maybe we've loved each other infinitely, and we still do, and maybe we've killed each other some other time, and now
Yes,
we're just not we're just not having so much fun with each other, because we have that memory somewhere in our cells, in our cellular body, that reminds us to not like that person all that much. But at the level of the soul, if we go beyond the personality, above and beyond the body, and above and beyond the role that we're playing now, we might feel that there's this infinite love over the eons of time that comes from the same source for all of us. And that's the beauty of sharing on earth now, to recognize that love over and over again in all our incarnations.
We are in the way.
Hopefully. I'm having this with my family all the time. My family, I love them so much, and they're beautiful spirits. I mean, for no for no other reason, at least they decided to bring me on earth, and I'm eternally grateful. But they have more other qualities, yet they love conflict for some reason, and I have to find in myself, for every holiday and every time we meet, I have to find in myself the strength to look beyond that role, you know, to look beyond the apparent whatever disagreements or considerations that we have in our daily life, in our daily roles, and to look again and again and again for that state of love. And we're inviting everyone to actually do that, because I know that all of you watching now, being in this retreat, or the ones who join you, you're maybe spending time with your families, or having to meet them or greet them for Christmas, right? And some relationships are beautiful and uplifting, and you can feel the pranic flow like all over the place, and your channels opening and your chakras spinning. And in some other cases, there's a lot of pain there, as I feel. And there's a lot of sometimes resentments, and there's a lot of memories that maybe haven't been so beautiful between you. And just try and look beyond that, you know, try and look at the soul level, how you're really engaged here to support each other. And this support for each other doesn't always plays nice, you know, doesn't always play the way you would want it to, doesn't always play in a beautiful, kind, supportive way. Sometimes they have to play the role of the villain, you know, to show us some parts of ourselves that we haven't acknowledged yet, or they have to play the role of someone who apparently doesn't love us that much. But it's not true, because at the soul level they all love us, yet maybe they don't know in this lifetime how to show that love, or maybe they're afraid, right? And to not take it personally means to acknowledge that you're not a person. So we invite you all to that, instead of the personal sharing with your dear ones, because that eventually will disappear. You will eventually dissolve into something bigger, all of you together with your families and all the ones around you. Yeah, that's what I think.
For this reason also, not feel that really you have a compromise, because in this way also expectations disappears. proposal disappears. So there is not purpose, you know, it's just life.
Yes, no purpose indeed. We haven't come here to look for purpose. We have come here to sink back into the original state of joy. There's no other purpose than that eventually. As much as I've ran for purpose, I have to admit, I had to eventually discover that all that matters is love and joy.
Yeah. I always think in the same, you know, when often I'm in the nature and, okay, not now because it's winter now, because in the summer I can see, you know, the birds, the butterflies around the green, around us also. And butterflies have not a purpose. Yeah. They are flying. They are flying. They are alive. They are enjoying. You know? So, and they are living one day. Imagine. Completely in presence they are. Short time, not proposal, not philosophy. Just live. Very concrete.
I believe for them it's enough. The reason we have so much lifespan here on Earth is because it takes us so long to get that.
Yes.
You know? It takes more years for us to get to that state. You know, to some it's 20 years, to some it's 30 years, to some it's many lifetimes, I guess. So, but eventually we all get it. And that's the beauty of it. We're here to sink deeper into that. So, is anyone here that, oh, there she is. There's another person joining. Is anyone here in the audience that wants to, and don't be shy tonight. I mean, Victor is our friend. We can talk to each other as we always do, and feel free to share whatever there is that you feel to share, because I know you have a lot of stories yourselves, and it's so good to share with each other. I mean, look at this as family time, you know, there's no teacher and students here. We're all one, right? And so feel free to unmute yourselves, and whatever you feel to add to this conversation or sharing, just bring it on, right? We invite you to. How has been your time with this practice that we're doing in this meditation? How are you feeling after 5 days already, or 6 days that we've had together? Does anyone feel to tell us? Don't be shy. And I believe we have 2 people from Germany, and I was speaking to another one today, Andrea, that has been in all festivals. So she's saying hi to all of you. Yeah, so feel free to unmute yourselves and just add whatever you feel to add, or use the chat box if you don't want to be not necessarily on camera, whatever you want. Is there something you want to ask us, me, Victor, maybe about the retreat, maybe in Bali, or anything else?
Yes, no,
Everybody's silent.
In this time in Bali is I think that nearly is the one of the unique place where you can travel if you want, because it's open Bali. This moment all the authorities is against in general to what is happening around the world. But of course, when you're inside, there is restriction, you know, but you can inside and go out of the country. and we will meet, in what it was my ashram years ago.
Yes.
And very, very nice place, very humble place, excellent for our retreat of this, this type of retreat is very nice making this. Not in our cover, but is, in a natural 100 meter of the big, big river, 5 minutes from the water sacred temple.
Oh, wow. It is.
Yes.
I was going to ask you where it is, and you just answered. So is it, I don't know the geography of the place, but what's the location or
So the
village?
place is, yes, the place is Tampak Siring is the name.
Uh,
And is okay, people in general, maybe when they speak about Bali, speak about Ubud.
exactly.
Okay.
I was going to ask, but
Ubud is not Bali. Forget Ubud.
okay.
Ubud is not folkloric, it's just Ubud is coming how tourism want to Bali be, but
Yes.
that is not Bali.
Tourism.
So 40 minutes of Ubud appear the local people, the different type of infrastructure, animals for everywhere. It's a small India, and a lot of nature. And the place is Tampak City, and the temple is water sacred temple is have a lot of history, and is very holy place. The water is coming from some specific area, is going for some another, and are meeting with different rivers in some point. And yes, for this reason, Bali is an island where can maintain their own energy. Bali belongs to Indonesia,
Yes.
but Indonesia have um, uh, another culture in general. Bali have her own culture from India, is Hinduist. Yeah.
Yes. It's another civilization, so a bit.
Yes, but
Right.
belongs to Indonesia also.
Mhm. Yes.
So I recommend anytime when you can visit this place, if you can be able, go far away from Ubud
Yes.
and really visit Bali. What is Bali? And in Bali, there is more than 2,000 temples. But now there is more than 2,000 resorts. So
Too much
you,
tourism.
you must to see in which direction, like always, you want to go. If continue the same that we are always like in Europe, or if we want to see something different, real, pure, organic. Yeah.
After thank you for sharing this energy with us. It's coincidence that not so long ago, about 2 weeks maybe, people started to send me information about Bali. And they are sending me about the pyramids there, because I work a lot with the pyramids of this earth. We had some pyramid activation on 11/11, and we keep working with them for the solstice and so on. So they were sending me about Bali, and some people were telling me they were secluded in Bali for the whole pandemic, which I think it was great. And I kept tuning into that place, and my heart was opening more and more. Someone wanted to organize a retreat for me there 2 years ago. I just found the flyers of that retreat in my home today when I was clearing. So there's so many coincidences about Bali now, and I'm literally dreaming of a holiday somewhere in such a place. So for me, it's coming soon that I'm gonna be there. And since it's one of the very few places that are still open, of course, I'm not interested in tourism because even here, you know that I live in a very touristic city, and yet I'm
Yes.
up on a hill very far away from the touristic area. And before, when I wanted to come to Bali, I was renting a home in the middle of some woods somewhere, so close to the jungle, not close to Ubud. So that's my kind of place. I'm not a person that likes diving into crowds if not necessary. So for me, silence and secluded nature places are the things that are nourishing. So it's good to know that you're having such an area there, and that I know that there are other places a bit farther away from Ubud that you can actually rent a scooter or something and be living further away from the touristic area, which is what I prefer. Yes, of course. Thanks for sharing that. And I believe the dates of your retreat are 17 to 27 of February.
Yes, yes.
So yes, if people
Not
wanna
missing a lot.
say that again,
Not
please.
far away.
Yes, it's a blink of an eye for me. Um, I remember around this time last year, I was looking at going to a retreat in Thailand. So it was the beginning of January, the 3rd of January, that I left for Thailand, and I spent almost a month there in a retreat. It feels like yesterday, and it was a year. Now I blink and it's February, I believe. Time is no longer a coordinate that we rely so much on. It's as we project our energy there, we're already there, I believe. It's really, really close, I feel, yes. And really close, the India festival,
Exactly.
if you're gonna be there, it's March, right after Bali, I
It's
believe.
in March. Oh, we
Beginning
will
of
see. Yes.
Of course, because I mean, with you, I know we never know, but
Yes, yes.
it's always happening for the best. I mean, whenever it's meant to be aligning, it's aligning perfectly, and we meet again.
Yes. And permit me tell you that if uh, if it's not possible, because in March I come to Brazil,
Ah,
but if it's not possible, you know, it's a little complex sometimes, some country. If it's not possible, come to Brazil and India is open for the festival, I will be very close. It's true, I can come.
yeah. I mean, yes, because I now realize that if you're in Bali, it's much closer than if
Yes,
it's
yes,
Germany or something. Yeah, yeah, that's very good. Well, we'll see how it aligns.
yes.
For us, always online is available. And yes, for the people watching, uh, the Pranic Festival in India is March 3rd to 8th. So very, very close to the end of this year. You can find it on our webpage, soulhealingacademy.com/events. And we're going to have our colleagues, the Breatharian colleagues, coming there, and very high, beautiful people joining
Where
us.
it will be, in which area?
It's near Bangalore. It's in a it's a place where they built a meditation pyramid that has the size of the pyramid in Giza. So pyramids again. It's called Pyramid Valley, the place. Maybe you've been there. I don't know, or no, you haven't,
Around.
around that area, but Elitom has been there many times. It's a pyramid built on with the coordinates of the pyramids in Giza that has a king's chamber where everybody goes up and meditates every day. So at the morning and evening and lunch of the Pranic festival, we go in that king chamber and meditate, and the vibration of that chamber and the whole pyramid is amazing for meditation. Is a great place to be in. And it's about 30 minutes to 1 hour away from Bangalore, depending on the traffic, by car.
Yes.
Because in India, you can never say 1 hour. You just pray and maybe you'll get there. You know how it is. So this location, Pyramid Valley, has been created by a beautiful Indian person called Patrishi, who has built 22,000 pyramids for meditation all across the world. And he's also going to be in the Pranic festival. We're collaborating for a long time with him as well. He's a deep meditator and a long time yogi, I think in his 70s or 80s now.
Oh, nice age.
Yes, very wise, and he has worked a lot for humanity. Yes. And this is also the place where they're organizing every year the Global Congress for Spiritual Science. So this is where Jasmine is a lifetime president, and so many others are participating.
Wow.
It's just a beautiful place with beautiful people that I'm always loving to return. And the conditions, unlike the rest of India, are really, really clean and beautiful, and 4-star rooms almost. I mean, with good showers, good beds, everything perfectly clear and clean. We love that place because it brings us to a different side of India than what we normally meet, right?
Yes, yes.
So yeah, those of you in the audience that have been there know what I'm talking about. Yes, and last year we had the honor to meet there Pradajani, who has traveled to be with us, and you know, the yogi that has been 75 years on Prana. It's been a joy to meet him there. Yes, Octavia, go ahead.
Oh, I have a question.
Go ahead.
And I'm very grateful for having the opportunity to be in Victor's presence today. I'm very, very grateful. And I wanted to ask you, and I think you're the perfect being to ask this question to. I was wondering in the last months, because I have spent the last years in meditations and quite not really in a certain home, and mostly in the mountains, or I even stayed in a cave for a while, or in Buddhist monasteries. And then I was highly guided to return. And I didn't expect at all to return and to actually live in a city, in the middle of the city. And it has been quite difficult for me to adapt here and to adapt to a family life and to bring everything that I have learned in the last years here. And I wanted to ask you if you can give me a suggestion that could help me to adapt better. I would highly appreciate it.
Yes, you in which city you are now?
I'm in Augsburg. Actually, I'm just coming from Munich. I came back, I think, 20 minutes before we started. And
okay. We were very close.
We are very close, yes.
So, I remember time ago when I was traveling really all the time. Every 11 days, I was taking a flight and visiting all countries nearly. 33 countries per year, you know, it's a lot. And the problem or the complexity is it is not visit a lot of country or a lot of city or cross the street. The complexity is discover the capacity, psychological capacity that you can develop for adapt, not only in a place, if not with the people that we around, because the people is making the place. And in some way, the most important is adapt yourself to the people. Maybe sometime that it was a very hard time for me because I wanted adapt. I wanted to be very well with everyone. I wanted that everyone feel good with me. And you know, and when arrived the night, every night I was feeling quiet and so very much tired for the day. And for my superpower way for adaptation, you know. And I can tell you now that for me, that is not good. The words adaptation directly you need to integrate but discriminate of your vocabulary. I think that when you are not adapting yourself to the place and to the people is the best moment where really you can be more authentic, you know, and your power of authenticity is stronger of your power of adaptation, because the power of adaptation is the expectation of the people projecting to you. And if you want to them be very well, you must be how they are. It's not bad, but not for all the life be in this way. So time ago, for me it was good, you know, but now I cannot choose that. There is nothing bad or better or, you know, it's just the circumstance of your life today is different than 10 years ago. Your circumstance in 3 years, it will be different now. That how it's now. So you can choose which the way, you know, but also one day, how you say, you can be in the city, another day you can be in a Buddhist temple. But if you don't need to adapt, you will be in the same manner how you was in the temple Buddhist. You will be in the same manner with your friend, with your family in the city where you will be, you know. You know, I am coming from Lithuania now, that is a country very small and a place very quiet where I was. And certainly I am in Munich. It's completely opposite everything. First for the people, you know, it's different. And everything is different, completely opposite. But I don't want to adapt. I am how I am always, and that is the best way for maintain not the energy, if not divine very well, all the energy in my body. And I think that the last time when we were meeting in Pranic festival in Romania with Cristiana, we were speaking about, I don't know if you remember, that we are always with energy. What happens is that sometimes the body cannot divide very well the energy, you know. So I am here and my energy is equanimous, yeah, without adaptation. So tell me what you think about that, all that.
I feel that, yes, it's very important to be sincere with myself and to allow myself to be the way I am in every situation. Just that things added more and more, like, you know, in the family life, many things can come. And for a while, I felt a bit that I've just lost it. I didn't know exactly how to keep my state of presence. And then I started to meditate a lot, as I used to do, but it didn't work anymore. And then I've realized that if I just do what needs to be done with love, and I keep my time for meditation as well, but without being really obsessed with it or trying to overdo it, then things came into place. That it seems lately that things come into place much easier, and it's a bit more natural. It feels more natural just to do what needs to be done and to make everything with love and to allow myself a bit to flow with life the way it is. And yeah, I think it's very important, instead of trying to adapt, to be authentic, to allow myself to be. And thank you
And
for
also it is important that you see what you are making meditation, why you are making meditation. The meditation will not help you for the relation with the people. Meditation is not for that. Can be also for that, just if really you want, but it is not for that meditation. Yes. For this reason, meditation usually is out between relations sometimes, you know. That is working overall and uniquely for yourself. Yes. When you are making meditation, is remember that you become aware. Is that you are taking an emphasis of the cosmos for continuing alive. Yes. So of course you are not alive only for the food. Of course you are not alive uniquely for the love, you know. You are alive also because people want that you be alive. When people believe in you, when people trust in you, when people is putting you in a position where it will be, is giving you life, and you are taking that. Thanks to that, all who were here are alive because there is people that believe in us, trust in us, and many things. So thank you so much for listening to me also.
Thank you, Victor.
Thank you, Victor, for sharing this beautifully with us. I never asked you how long do you want to be with us, so that we don't keep you over your schedule.
No problem.
Let us know, because for me, guys, it was super spontaneous. As you know me, I am just with the flow. So we had Elitom the other day, and then the day after, I just felt, well, Victor came into my my mind. So I just invited him, but with no plan. We didn't make a plan of how these things is going to happen, or a schedule. It's just free flowing. When you're getting, you know, tired or want to move into something else, just let us know. I was sharing the other day with you guys that we no longer want to, like Victor is saying exactly, we no longer want to adapt or lower or change our vibration to be liked, loved, or accepted by the people around us, right? That's no longer necessary. It is when we do this that we feel tired or imbalanced, or we feel that it's no longer our place where we are, you know, and that the energy is too low, or that the people around us are not on our frequency. But like Victor says, when you keep your frequency no matter what, and you're aiming to keep your vibration and your practice no matter what, and whoever is not ready for it can disengage at any time, you know, it's then that you feel less tired and you feel more balanced, and you feel that traveling through airports with thousands of people is no longer a problem. It can be a joy. I love being I love being in airports. I miss being in airports. Really, at this time, I would love to travel somewhere. Why? Because when you're in an airport or a crowded place and you focus in your heart, there's so much love to notice around you. There's families meeting each other, and there's people looking forward to reach their destinations in wherever country they go for holidays. And there's others who are traveling for the first time and they're nervous a little bit, and you can send a ray of love just to encourage. There's so much stuff going on in airports if you open your heart and look through your fourth eye, right, at all that gathering that is there. And of course, like any movie, after a few hours you want to disengage from, and you go within completely, and you no longer pay attention to exterior. But it's beautiful. I mean, find the fun of the place that you're in, right? That for everyone, but including Octavia, find the fun in it. Wherever you are, the crowdiest, craziest places, there's some fun there. And today, for example, I was in a city nearby. You know, you've all been in my area, so you know that my city and the city nearby called Sinaya is like 5 minutes away, right? And today I went there to buy water and to have a tea at the Indian place, the Indian cafe. And because of the holiday traffic, it took me 1 hour to get back. So I was 1 hour in traffic for a 5-minute ride. Victor, you know how it is. You've been through this summer, and Octavia and Sam have been through this many times as they came to our retreat. There were so many nervous people, and there were so many people, you know, trying to cut in front of our car and whatever. To just play some nice music in the car and do whatever you can do with that time in that crowded place with crazy traffic and bored people. You just accept life as it is, you know, and you go with it. What can I do with this hour that I'm stuck here? Oh, I could call my mom. I didn't call my mom for Christmas. Let's do that. Or I could listen to my newest Michael Jackson album, because, you know, that's something I'm listening to lately and dancing on. Whatever. I mean, I'm stuck in that situation, and you're in that city, and how can we make the best of it? That's the question. You know, and Sam here is sharing, I'm in joy to share this time with everyone. 30 minutes, I depart to be with my son. So Sam, you're having your family time. You're out of your seclusion at this point, as far as I'm noticing. You finally drove your 1,000 miles to home, right? How are you feeling? How is this for you together with family?
The only way I can describe it is my smile is widening and my heart is opening.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, I wanted to share a little bit about an experience I had this morning, and it ties right into being out in the greater environment in the public. And this morning I was just spending time embodying the Christ consciousness, and I needed to go to the store to pick up a few things, and so I did. And while I was at the store, it was busy, and I was at an aisle looking at something, and a gentleman walks up to me with kind of a peculiar look on his face, and then he kind of walks away, and then he approaches me again, and he starts to talk to me, asking me if I know the Christ. Mm-hmm. And so he ended up talking to me, and I did a little bit of talking, but it was mainly him sharing. Mm-hmm. But it was all centered around the Christ. Mm-hmm. And it was an uplifting time. It's not anything that's ever happened to me before, but when we radiate who we are out of a love and service for life, then no matter where we are and no matter what we're doing, it is a joy just to be. And for so long in my life, I have enjoyed just being with myself. And it was such a joy to experience those few moments of that reflection and that communion with another soul, just embodying that together. So, and surrender to ourselves, really, and just embody who we are. Life is a joy.
Thank you for sharing this. And
thank you for sharing.
When you embody that, the ones who are tuned into your frequency, basically when you embody your true self, your authenticity, like Victor is saying, the people or the souls, it can be animals, it can be even plants, that are on the same frequency, they just come into your field and they resonate to what you are, and then you share and resonate together. And it's like universe basically confirming you that yes, you are seen and you are accepted and you're on the right bandwidth and you're okay the way you are. I mean, stay in that state, because there are people on your frequency. I've noticed, I've worked with many people along my life, right? One-on-one sessions or in conferences. And I've noticed so many people dimming down their lights, trying to adapt to society, environment, family, lovers, partners, brother, whoever they loved, that they had around, that they wanted to be accepted by, right? For fear that if they were themselves in their whole awesomeness and awkwardness and weirdness, and we all have a unicorn in our closet, right? for fear that if they showed that, then the ones they love would walk away or would judge and or would not love them all that much. But my message is always, don't be afraid. There's always people on your frequency. There's always lonely ones in some other corner of the supermarket, in your case, that are vibing at the same vibe and are thinking, oh, maybe there's no one, you know, vibing in the same way. Maybe I'm alone in this world. And then they meet you and they say, oh, yeah, I know this melody. I'm playing it myself. I love to play with you in the same orchestra. So we're in the same orchestra now.
Very well.
There we are. We're playing the same song. Finally.
So, Cristiana and everyone, I need to go now. So, thank you so very much for inviting me. I hope we are telling softly bye to this year and take air.
Yeah. Deep breath.
Yes. See you later.
See you later, whenever that is. Namaste. Thank you for having been with
Ciao.
us.
Ciao.
So it's been great sharing this together. For those of you watching on Instagram or Facebook, we're completing the live with you as well. And join the full retreat at the link in bio if you're on Instagram, or the link in the comments if you're on Facebook. You can still be with us for this full evening. We're having more to share and the beautiful meditation together. Where we're tapping into the pranic field, running energy through our channels, chakras, and all our physical systems. And we align to a higher frequency during this retreat. So be with us if you feel that this is for you. Type yes or send me a private message if you want to continue with us, and all the details of how you can join for the full evenings are to be sent to you. Thank you for being here. Namaste.